Sync in 3,
No!
2.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Hello and welcome to the Black Mind Games Podcast, episode 289
This episode's gonna be cancer.
or 288. I had a really shitty week this week. Some would say I walked in on my step-nephew, or former step-nephew, because I've disowned him, in women's clothing and worshipping a figure that should not be worshipped. I immediately left the room with his brother, stepbrother, who I think also disowned him. And yeah, we're no longer talking about this, but it's a good story I'm bringing up on the podcast, much like how bombing Syrian children is a good idea as well. Listen to that at the preamble at the end of the show, you fucks.
Because he fucked up and he lost his privilege to fucking ramble.
I did not lose any. I am the host. I can edit whatever I want in.
All right, welcome to the Black and White Games Podcast. This is Josh,
Fuck
the
off.
host.
Hey, Josh, that's racist. Fuck you.
How is that racist?
Next thing you know, you're going to start saying the word brave all the time. You're going to start saying stunning and brave.
No, well, if anything, I would probably say the Rainbow Cast. That would probably actually be a better name. I was trying to make it samey.
No, it's not.
Yet...
I'm not gay. Fuck off.
I was trying to make it so it's
what
like...
has Noah done to you?
I was trying to make it so that, you know, when people are like, oh, the Black Mind Podcast died, but there's another offshoot
the only
that
thing
sounds
that's
the
allowed,
same name.
The only
so
thing that's allowed to have...
Like, come on.
Josh, the only thing that's allowed to have pride flags on it and trans flags on it and certain words on it are Hellfire missiles.
That's not a Hellfire missile.
Shut up.
All right.
Or missiles and bombs.
He's trying to force us. You know what? You have 5 minutes. You have 5 fucking minutes. Shut up. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm taking your 5 minutes.
I'll mute
I'm
myself.
taking your 5 minutes to rant about this now. Fuck Biden, because Biden's now bombing the Middle East. Even though for fucking 4 years there was relative peace in the East, we were starting to deal with the real threat of China, and we were starting to bully Russia onto our side by Trump actually throwing his weight around. But instead of actually dealing with the priorities, within a month of people saying,
can you tell how pissed off both me and Allan are?
I don't care, because I knew it was going to happen. I
think that both of us accepted it, but both of us are just sitting here smug.
You already had your fucking chance.
I did.
But the thing is, we knew this was going to happen, and I know a bunch of people started screen capping. It's like, well, at least I'm not going to bomb the Middle East. And a bunch of people have just been like, the day that announced that Biden bombed the Middle East, a bunch of people just posted those images towards those people who just was like, hey, so we so what's this message about? Turns out we're going back to the Middle East. Turns out Biden just lost 10,000 jobs. Like, Biden has been on a constant losing streak to the nonstop. And on top of that, something else happened this week. And this is going to be a little bit of a ramble off to this point, because I want to touch on this before we go on to our actual topics like Pokemon and the Nintendo Direct and all that fun jazz.
You know, the fun topics that everyone loves. So, Kamala Harris
and what's her name? Fucking Witch of the West in fucking Congress, who's the speaker, Nancy Pelosi, are trying to move so that they can get the nuclear codes away from Biden, so they can prevent a single maniacal man from having the authority of that power. Except that's entirely unconstitutional. Because because he is the commander in chief, not the Speaker of the House, not the Vice President. The President is the commander in chief. So they're trying to make an unconstitutional grab for power. By the way, the more people who have the codes, and this is actually something that's really funny with countries like England, where I think only 2 people have the codes, or France, where I think only 3 people have the codes. And even then, those 3 people are like, they are held under, like, it's the president and then 2 people close to the president that are immediate adjacent. I don't even know if they have that. I don't even know if that's their full setup. The reason why you only have 1 person with nuclear codes in the States, and it's the reason why it's the president, is because that president now holds the responsibility of those codes. So if he fires a nuke, it's personally on him and him alone. So if he does it in a way that is like despised by the world, doesn't sit well with the nation, stuff like that, boom, there's an impeachment point right there. Hey, he launched nukes against a target that the Congress didn't agree with, or that the people have found dishonorable, or stuff like that. We're going to impeach him. That's the reason why you leave the nuclear codes in one person's hand. On top of that, it means now you only have to worry about nothing but that one person, because now it's only one person to look out and to make sure he isn't talking about the nuclear codes, rather than 2 or 3, or as Nancy Pelosi and fucking what's a nickname I can give to her? I can't say that one. That one's unflattering and it would get me in trouble. History happened the way I said it did. Kamala Harris want to give it so that Congress.
I'm so sorry, Josh. I started this.
Yeah, no, this is your fault. You had your preamble and you tried to force it, so I'm taking my rant for a fucking run. Want it so that Congress. You have full rights. So that Congress has the codes, which means now that there's 300 potential people who might have that code. Well, there's an old saying from World War I and World War II: "Loose lips sink ships." And that's my little rant. Fuck it.
It's just funny because you know what, like, you know that there's some person out there who doesn't listen to the news, is ambivalent, doesn't understand that, you know, what they just voted for. All they understand is that somebody sat there and told them that the Orange Man was bad, and that having a nice thing. And I guess those people support bombing children and killing innocent people.
No, you've had your rant.
Stuff like that.
You missed your chance. Well, you tried to force the rant. We're moving on. Josh, let's talk about Pokemon.
Yeah, remakes have been announced.
You are being snubbed tonight, Jeff, because you wanted that rant. I saw the preamble before the show, and you fucked up. You can have your rant
I did
if you want. I'll let you have the rant.
So how's Pokemon,
I'll let you have
Josh?
the rant at the end of the show. There we go.
How is Pokemon, Josh?
Pokemon. Well, basically, there's.
Are you going to be upset this time?
No, this time is actually sort of good news. Is that
so? You're going to be upset. Got it. Are you going to buy a Switch?
I like the look of the Diamond and Pearl remakes.
I mean, it does look more traditional to what you would.
Well, that's the
see
thing. Is, I think that's the strength of the older Pokemon, is the top-down little sprites and stuff like that. And I think that's the reason why Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield, while successful, kind of fell flat. Like, they're not as popular. You don't hear people continuously going back to play them and talk about them. You see people preferring to go back to, like,
you go to it because you have a chore to do, basically.
Yeah, not even. It's like, I do like the character models they've got now for Diamond and Platinum and Pearl. Mm-hmm. The three titular characters. Dawn is Platinum, Benny is Diamond, and of course Pearl is the male character you can choose to play as.
Yep.
All I know is that I don't care about Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl.
I actually think genuinely think you would probably like these ones.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're the best.
Is Josh gonna force me to play it? Is this my punishment?
No.
God.
Okay.
If this was
I'm not that type of person.
If this was your punishment,
you're not an evil, condescending bastard.
No. Hey, Josh. You know how we'd punish him? We make him play Blaze Red.
Blaze Red. Oh
yes, that is a specific ROM hack version of Fire Red that has made the game 10 times tougher. You can't overlevel your Pokemon. Pokemons have new abilities, including one that I was like, I heard what it was, and I was like, yes. Then I found out which Pokemon it was on, and I was even more excited, which was Blazing Soul. It's essentially Gale Wind, but for fire Pokemon.
Oh.
And 2 Pokemon get it. One is a legendary, and I think it's Moltres. I don't remember.
Yeah.
And the other one is Typhlosion. And you know what the move is? So long as you are in at full strength or full HP, you have priority. So, Typhlosion Eruption, priority.
That's just kind of going into the meme with Typhlosion, that it's like him holding two Uzis just shooting everything. Like,
Basically, yeah.
yeah.
However, we're kind of like divulging off a topic.
Yeah.
But honestly,
anyway.
out of all the Pokemon games, I think that Diamond and Pearl had the most capable.
I mean, there was no remake or remaster anywhere being even said, or even the Pokemon Company saying we're going to do this. So this just coming out saying, "Hey, we're finally going to do something with this fucking chunk of time that we forgot about." That's great.
So happy they're doing it.
Yeah.
I think that the best game version of the game would be Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, or Black and White, which I think had the best mechanics for the game. I think the best game that had the best story was, of course, probably Gold and Silver. But I'm happy that they're going back to this game. They're bringing back the old mechanic of the Pokemon don't spawn in the overworld. You go into the grass, you'll stumble into the random one. I'm happy they're doing that. But this is going to bring us to the next one that got announced. Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Arceus. But I was going to say, can I just rename the game to Breath of the Wild Pokemon?
It looks
no.
Well, that's what
really looks like it though.
That's what Sword and Shield look like too.
Yeah, it's going to be disappointment, Josh.
Well, no, but here's the thing. This game looks I mean, it's just trailers for what they showed, and it could be just as bad. But I mean, just from the just from presentation, it just looks better, and doesn't look like there's going to be an immense amount of.
Now, I would agree with you.
Yeah. Because it looks like the same engine. Like, it really does.
But for me, my biggest concern with it is they're going to promise a lot and then not deliver on any of it, which is what happened with Sword and Shield. We're going to redesign all this. We're going to add a bunch of new animations. We're going to do all this. We're going to do all this. And then nothing happened. Like, to the point where it was a slap in the face. Like, I will say, I love the gym system in Sword and Shield. I love the idea of the gym system, and I love how the progression of the gyms are. I'm not exactly a fan of two gyms being game locked, where depending upon which game you're playing, you'll get different versions of the two gyms. But at the same time, I'm okay with that because they weren't super bad. One was switching Rock and Ice, and the other one was, I think, switching Fighting and Ghost. Right? No. Bay's in both games. Who is the other one that gets removed? Because I know that
which one?
Because there's two gyms in the game that get swapped between, like in one game it'll be like the Ice Gym in, I think it's Shield, is a Rock Gym in Sword, and I think there's a Ghost Gym, but I don't remember what the Flip Gym is for.
I think I want to say it's Ghost and Ice.
No.
Isn't it?
No, because it's Rock and Ice, because the two titular characters for those gyms are related in that one.
Oh, but in like Pearl and what's a Pearl and Platinum? Is Platinum? No, no. God damn it, stupid colors. But anyway, the older ones. I want to say it was Ice and Ghost, but I can't remember.
They never swapped any of the gyms in the older ones until I think I do know where they swapped gyms. Technically. In Gold and Silver, they did swap one of the gyms because it used to be in ground type, and then they switched it to being the old defender of the league, which is Gary. So that's what you saw there. You then have in Black and White 2 where they actually removed some gyms and changed them around. So you still fight a normal gym at the start of the game, but now you're fighting Sharon. Then the second gym is a poison gym instead of the normal gym. Actually, sorry, they switched around 3 gyms. No, they swapped around 2, but you still fight Berg as gym number 3. I think. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. Then from there, in I think X and Y, they're all the same. I think in Sun and Moon, they're both the same across the board. and I think it's then in Sword and Shield where you get the 2 exclusive version exclusive gyms, which I like, but at the same time, I would prefer that those gyms were also available as an option to play against.
Yeah. Or if you like complete the game, you can go back
And
or something.
fight the alternate gyms.
Yeah.
I'd also like to be able to go back and refight gyms. That's something I would like in Pokemon.
One of them you could, wasn't there?
No.
I thought you could.
No.
No, I'm thinking Elite Four. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it's
been a while.
It's only been Elite Four for forever.
Yeah.
I'm hoping with the new Pokemon, which is, I love how this preamble was kind of went off with like just being trailer
I
footage.
I like how I'm just like sitting there and I'm just like, meh.
Well,
It's a Pokemon game.
no, that's because you don't play Pokemon.
I mean, that's fine. Yeah. That's your opinion, and yeah, it's Pokemon.
Well,
you probably
it's not an
don't
opinion.
care
That's a fact. He doesn't play Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm to the point where it's like all I care about is Josh going to bitch about this game, and is Trish going to bitch about this game, and am I going to be annoyed for 2 weeks listening to them complain about how bad Pokemon is? Because that was the last scenario. The first scenario, this is how I met Josh, by the way. This is how mine and Josh's relationship started, was Pokemon X and Y came out.
Yep.
And he did nothing but explain how great of a game that was to me for about 15 minutes.
Did I just always...
And then I remember after some point in time, you started playing the game in German because...
breeding bullshit.
Yeah, I remember
because
that.
you could get a shiny by 0.5% more.
Yep, and also
To which my reaction was, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And also the breeding happens faster. There's other benefits to getting a different language Pokemon, but I forgot what it was. But yeah, it's
What
it was
else?
so great.
But yeah, no, with just the footage right now that we've seen of Pokemon Legends, Arceus, this is the thing, I'm okay with this game system if it's a side game to the main games, which I kind of hope to go back to the previous format, but keep some things from Sword and Shield, bring back Mega Evolutions, get rid of fucking Dynamaxing.
Okay, so I'm watching the trailer right now for Pokemon Legends, and I'm looking forward to be disappointed.
Yeah, actually, the cool thing about this is that they're actually going back in time.
Yeah, they're doing what is essentially world building game. This is early Sinnoh, which is what the Diamond and Pearl games are based off of. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which I'm a little kind of what is that kind of naming, but all right.
Is this going to be a game that I'm forced to buy just to stay relevant?
No, you probably won't.
No.
Okay, because this game looks like as if how do I put it? It looks like, well, they had played with time travel in the past with like Professor Oak and Sylvia.
No.
It was in a Pokemon movie, I remember.
Oh, that's not related to the games.
No.
The anime and the games are absolutely unrelated to each other.
Yeah, they're a lot different. The only one that's similar is Yellow, and even that is not quite similar.
Like it's like several stages still removed. The only thing that's the similar thing is you start off with a Pikachu like Ash,
and it walks with you. Yeah, and it walks with you, and that's about it. Actually, speaking about walking with Pokemon, is it Pearl and Diamond that do the walking, or is it the other one?
It's not Pearl and Diamond. Not that I think.
It's the next one.
It was Heart Gold, Soul Silver that did it for Gen 4.
Right.
Along with see, I would like it to just be an option where you could choose to make a Pokemon follow behind you. I would have no problem with that.
That seems like a cool idea. Okay, so I'm looking at this.
Like, it's supposed to be like early Sinnoh period, so like before like really big advancements in technology and stuff like that happened.
Is Sinnoh based on Japan?
Sinnoh, Kanto, Johto, and Hoenn are all based on Japan, along with, I do believe, one other game.
Yeah.
No.
What the fuck is this?
Breath of the Wild Pokemon.
Well, kind of.
Kind of, yeah, but still. Like...
So this looks like my kind of Pokemon game, if I'm honest. Almost like somebody sat there and told me this.
I'm actually rewatching the trailer right now while Jeff's watching it too. I do like the fact they chose 3 the 3 starters they chose, and I hate it at the same time because those 3 starters are my 3 main starters for each generation that they came from. I'm just like, fuck. Because you get Oshawott, Cyndaquil, and Rowlet, which is the Cyndaquil being the fire type, Oshawott being the water type, and Rowlet being the grass type. And I'm just sitting here being like, damn it, they are... Mind you, I just realized those 3 starters fuck up the lore a lot. Because in Sinnoh, the Pokemon starters for all the Pokemon are usually region exclusives.
Yeah.
So, like Cyndaquil, Chikorita, and Totodile, which are from Johto, were all region exclusive to the region of Johto, which is connected to Kanto, and that's the way you'd have to import them in. Because this is early Sinnoh, how are you getting Oshawott, Rowlet, and Cyndaquil from other regions of the world? Because Rowlet, by the way,
it was a boating accident.
Well, no, again, no, it just raises so many questions. I can maybe get Cyndaquil because if Sinnoh, Kanto is based off the Tokyo region and Johto is based off the region next to it. Sinnoh is based off the southernmost island. I think it's the southernmost island or the northernmost island, and Hoenn is based off of one of the other peninsula regions of Japan. Yeah. And those 4 are done like that. So I can get how Sinnoh might be able to get Cyndaquil. Rowlet is from Hawaii, which begs so many questions. And
again, off the boat. It came off the boat.
No, that's not an excuse. That is an excuse as to why that is not an explanation because.
I think what's going to happen in the game is that you get one of them each at a time, and you get the one off the boat.
And then of course there's Oshawott, who is from the New York region of North America, which just begs so many questions.
Off the boat.
Fuck off. However, I do like the fact that they are choosing like the 3 stars. I'm super hyped about that. That is something that I really do enjoy about the idea behind this game, is that it is 3 vastly different Pokemon to the point where and here's the thing, like I would love to see Oshawott and Cyndaquil or Typhlosion and Samurott, which are the 2 final evolutions of Cyndaquil and Oshawott respectively, get a typing update but not a redesign. I think that their designs are perfect, but I think they're missing a typing, and that's my only problem with them. Because Oshawott or Cyndaquil should be Fire Ground, because fuck you.
I kind of agree.
And Oshawott should probably be... I can't give him fighting water because they have firefighting in that generation.
Isn't he water ice like everyone else?
No, he's a samurai. A lot of the water Pokemon, Gen 1, 2 are just pure water types. Gen 4 is water steel. Gen 3 is water ground. Gen 5 is just pure water. Greninja is water dark. Primarina is water fairy, and then Inteleon is just pure water.
I gotta be honest with you guys, though. If I'm being honest,
sorry, I know this is me talking a lot. I'm sorry.
Everything about this Pokemon topic is just like me kind of going, yeah, I really don't care.
No, that's fair.
Because it's like at the end of the day, I know what's going to happen. Although I got to say, my interest is kind of peaked. I am not probably going to pick it up unless Josh sits there and twists my arm 50 times over and tells me it's a great game and I will love it.
That's the thing. I genuinely think this might be the Pokemon game for you.
If Josh gushes more about it than usual, then maybe I'll pick it up.
Well,
I have to watch more videos and gameplay of it and see how that's going to work out.
We have to see what development comes out and stuff like that.
Because
I'm still interested in when Josh finally plays this Sword and Shield.
Haven't you played it?
No,
I played it. Josh has never.
I don't have a Switch because why would I get one?
Breath of the Wild. Actually, that's fair. Why would you only get it for one game? That's like
that's what I did.
I have Breath of the Wild for the Wii if I have to dig it out. Like, or sorry, the Wii U.
I mean, that's
What else? Like for me, I really do want Diamond and Pearl. Like the Switch, that might be the thing that pushes me to get Switch, because I want to play Breath of the Wild, and I know Breath of the Wild 2 is supposed to be coming out here soon. I want to play Diamond and Pearl again because I really like those games. They are fun. I would like to play. I think there's a couple of the games I want to play on the Switch, but the Switch is like such a low priority for me right now.
I mean, as an owner of a Switch, I think I've turned it on more for Ring Fit in the past little bit than any other video game.
That's fair.
Like every other day, I just play 10 minutes on it. It's my dedicated Ring Fit machine. I play it maybe every once in a while. I'll play a couple games. If I have friends over, it's great for Smash. It's they announced Splatoon 2, but yeah, you can tell by our fucking excitement and stuff like that. Everyone's just more excited about how Pokemon is coming out.
Yeah, it's really weird.
It's almost as if like people wanted this for years and years and years, and now they finally are getting it, and they're like, yeah.
Actually, I think I don't know. I haven't seen Twitter like explode in extreme anger or extreme happiness, so I'm thinking it's gonna be perfectly fine when it comes out.
It's gonna depend upon its release and when it does release, actually.
And some info dropping of how that game's gonna work.
It's gonna have like not all of the Pokemon again.
Well, here's the thing.
Because fuck you.
Well, no, because the Legends, like I think that it's just not going to have the full party, and I think that's going to be expected because it's not a mainline game. Although the freaking remakes, that's a mainline game, but it's a remake, so it will just have probably what's meant to be in that game, plus maybe some bonuses that would generally be in there, and that would probably be fine. Because again, it's not a mainline game. That the only reason why the last mainline game was freaking disappointing, because they completely undermined the fucking rest of the world of what the hell the meaning behind Pokemon is, which apparently in Japan it was always been choose the one you want, and everywhere else in the world was catch them all, or at least that was in the States. I'm not sure what it was in like freaking Brazil and shit.
Well, Japan doesn't really give a shit about anything other than
no, they don't
themselves. I mean they're very isolated. I mean, that's the reason why we'll never get a new Gundam Wing. We'll never get another amazing Iron Blood Orphans. We'll never get another UC because those are popular in America and Canada and the rest of the world, not in Japan.
No, that's not true. Gundam Wing was Gundam Wing is really popular in Japan. Same with what was the other ones you said? Fuck, I kind of like tuned out after you said Wing.
UC is also very popular in Japan.
UC?
Yeah, UC is very popular.
Yeah, of course the Universal Century is fucking popular in Japan.
Like the thing is like what I mean by that is like they really only care about the stuff that affects them directly. They don't care about the rest of the world.
It's almost like your primary market is your home market. The bonus is getting the other markets to buy your stuff as well, which is why Gundam was such a surprise because it was really popular. Initially, Gundam, the Mobile Suit Gundam, the original series from the 70s. Don't quote me on that. I might be have the wrong.
I believe it's the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Like it was kind of ignored in North America, and then Zeta came out, and that's when it really became really popular in North America, along with started to become popular. Wing was the thing that really triggered North America to tune into Gundam and really started to pick up on like being the other market for Gundam. In Japan, actually, Gundam almost failed straight out the door because it was, while it's a really well done series, it's got a lot of good stuff to it, it wasn't popular. It was like a good example. You can see that with the Gundam. The original Gundam RX-78, 1, 2, and 3, which is in the show, and the manga and stuff like that. They were toys because that's the reason why it's white, blue, red, and yellow. It was meant to be a toy, and it's the reason why the Zaku wasn't really like made out to be like, oh, it's just pure green. It's why
it's a villain.
Not even that. It's just the Zaku's design was based off the stormtroopers and Stahlhelm and stuff like that. But
yeah,
That's me doing a little bit digress there. The reason why it almost failed is because the TV show really wasn't popular at the start, and the only reason why it got 50 episodes or 47 episodes for the first season. By the way, it's not even a full 50 episodes for the first series. It's only 47, is because
didn't they cancel with 2 episodes?
They got shorted, but then the company's like, you know what? You're this far into the season, we'll let you finish the series, but after that, you might be canceled. And then Zeta happened, which they got full 50 episodes. I'm currently working through Zeta right now, by the way. It's really good show. I'll break that down when I finally actually ever finish Zeta, in like 2 or 3 months, at the rate I'm going. And then, of course, Double Zeta happened. Double Zeta was another series that almost got canceled, and it has, I think, 46 episodes in it. Like, Gundam was on shaky grounds for its first couple seasons, or first couple series, and then it kind of like it stabilized in the mid 80s, where it started to become like, well, we're making toys, but they're not really popular. But people really want model kits, so they and that's the reason why Gundam's around. It's to sell model kits. You have the Barbatos. I have the Tall Geese. Josh would absolutely probably love to have something like the.
Josh, do you like Gundam?
I thought it was neat at one point, and I just fucking hated the politics, which is all about the politics. So I just think that
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you at all. I like them fighting words.
Exactly. I don't know. It's the we agree to disagree. I don't agree to that. Me either.
No, if it was agree to disagree, I would be like, all right, fuck it, whatever. I don't care.
Josh is the guy who would buy a Freedom.
I can see Josh enjoying the Freedom. But then again, what series did you watch, Josh?
I think it was the one that it was just shown on TV at the time during.
It's Gundam Seed. It's Gundam Seed.
It would be Gundam Seed. Probably
Seed.
All right.
God damn it! We have to watch Gundam. I guess maybe we'll have a watch party when.
I want to show him Zeta, but Zeta has a lot of references back to the original series.
I mean, the problem with we have to. Maybe we should just watch F91.
Ooh, maybe Double O wouldn't be good either, because Double O has a lot of politics in the first couple episodes.
Yeah, but Double O is like, here's the thing. Double O has the best boy.
We could do Wing.
Best husbando and Lock On.
We could do Wing.
Wing would be good.
You'd like.
I think Josh would like Heavy Arms. And
no, he can't have Heavy Arms. Heavy Arms is my boy. Fuck off.
I mean,
he would be. Absolutely.
There's enough Heavy Arms for everyone.
No, there isn't. There is one Heavy Arms. He is mine.
Heavy Arms is
same with the pilot. Who is the fucking pilot? I know his character name. I think it's
Troya.
Is it Troya?
Anyway, Pokemon.
Yeah, it's Troya.
Yeah, no, we're progressed past Pokemon at this point. I don't think we really have anything else. Well, what else do we have to, what else do we have to talk about for Pokemon? Oh, Pokemon Snap. Right.
Well,
Snap.
Snap.
Yeah, Pokemon Snap. Fucking that looks great.
We need to talk about this. It looks. That's the other game I was thinking about for buying for the Switch. But I do need to. I need to look it up real quick. Pokemon Snap, because it looks just gorgeous, and I'm really hoping that it is a very long and expansive campaign. I almost posted that in the wrong chat.
Okay, I found the Gundam. Well, actually, no, I like this one too.
But the main reason why I would say that this is another game I would buy the Switch for just to play. But I'm a little sad that they didn't bring back what's his name from the original game.
Oh, Tracy?
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen Tracy come back, but I'm okay with the new designs.
Josh is the Sandrock guy.
Josh is a Sandrock guy. Yeah, that's a fair. Do you like
Gundams with? Do you like giant mobile suits with cloaks? Sandrock.
Sure. I mean, I think if I'm gonna like Gundam just from the outside in, I'm probably gonna go for designs.
Well, that's what a lot of Gundams are.
I mean,
Yeah. So again, if it's designed, so
like,
it has to be like
it's the reason why like the main series always has that very iconic mech for the series, unless they're like sub-series, such as a good example being 00, the 8th MS team, sorry, which is the series that I like, which
is a pretty good series,
but really good series. It has flaws in it, I know that, but like the main series, like the main mech is a universally produced mech, or a limited run mech. Sorry, I'll correct that statement. There's 7 teams, or there's 8 teams. No, there's 10 teams, 3 mechs per team. 30 mechs were produced, and then we know that they swapped over to the GM ground type, which is kind of funny because the RX, the RM78 is way better, but that's beside the point. Like every mech series has like the pilots in like an iconic mech form. A good example, Char Anazabal, the one of the antagonists in the original Gundam. He flies a red mobile suit that is just whatever primary bad guy mech they want to fight off in, but it's so iconic that he has 20 different models for him of just his types of mechs. There's the Zaku 2, and then there's Char's Anazabal's high mobility Zaku. There's the Zigok, and then there's Char Anazabal's Zigok, which is just a red version. That's all it is, and it's just like it's so popular. It's kind of funny. And there are series that people like the Gundam for, just like the designs of the Gundams, but hate the show. Good example, Seed. Seed has some great designs. It has some shitty fucking story.
I mean, Gundam Seed.
No, we're not talking about Gundam. We're not talking about
the Destiny is pretty fucking baller.
Pokemon Snap is good.
Pokemon Snap is good.
Yeah, sorry. Yep. I kind of stumbled. Let's talk about Snap for a bit.
We had to talk about Gundam Destiny.
Yeah. So the one thing about Pokemon Snap, though, I'm happy that they're doing a new release of Pokemon Snap is I don't have to go to a fucking kiosk in Blockbuster to get a sticker for fucking pictures I took on my game.
Oh.
So I mean
that's tragic.
That was the one cool thing about that game. It was like, yeah, bring it to the kiosk in Blockbuster to get a sticker of the shit you just took pictures of in the game. That was neat, but that was in the 90s, and nowadays it's like, oh fuck, how am I gonna fuck where's the kiosk nowadays? Oh, they're rare and hard and collectible and hard to get, and getting the printing shit is even hard to do as well. But fucking yeah, they've like updated it, and you can save your pictures on. I think you can upload them or put them on a thumb drive or something.
You can upload them. You can upload them to your thumb drive. I think they're gonna have a personal website for it too.
Yeah, like it's just like fuck yeah, finally. You know, you probably you get into those situations of like, oh, I just got this picture to look just right, and you're like, yeah, fucking get some cool ass pictures of these Pokemon.
Josh is so happy. Because he can finally have Pokemon Snap.
It's one of those games where I never had a 64 growing up, but whenever I went to the McDonald's in my fucking small town, and they have the kiosks all like set up in that one island, and the fucking had Pokemon Snap there, and I was always like, fuck yeah, playing Pokemon Snap, because someone somehow played through the whole thing with the game fucking constantly resetting itself constantly and got everything unlocked. Like, I don't know who put in the work, but it was amazing because it was like, yeah, you can freaking do all the missions in different orders, and it's like, it's a great time. I always like taking the pictures of him because it's like, oh, he's like, see him in the wild, and you never saw that in the fucking Pokemon games at the time anyways. And it's like, yeah, it just feels natural and cool, and it's like, oh, this is like the cartoony version of going out to the wild and sitting there for hours hoping that tiger would show up. Or the tiger would just lay on your head and go, what are you looking for? Oh, you looking for a tiger? I hope you found one. He just walks away behind you.
And he could...
That's my version of fucking real life photography. They just come up behind you and go, what are you looking for, a tiger? Oh, I hope you find one. and it talks too. It just walks away. But yeah, like I hope there's like more shit and more Pokemon and more just more Pokemon in general.
Yeah.
Because I think that's one thing that's missing from the older game It's just I just wanted a fuck ton of Pokemon to take a picture at and like constant shit going on. If it has constant shit going on and fuck ton of Pokemon in it, then I'm happy.
I'm primarily hoping that the mechanics of the game actually work well with the Switch. I'm hoping they don't put in. I'm praying they don't put in the fucking motion control thing that they were considering doing for the fucking Wii U.
They should put in the motion controls.
Fuck off! No,
they need the motion control. Yes, they do.
I think what they could do is go both and make everyone happy. Because like I could see motion control thing. I could see the motion control thing be okay. But at the same time, I'm the same side as you, is feel annoyed by the motion control, because I do remember playing Splatoon with fucking motion control, and I was like, I kind of don't like this at all, because I feel like I have to reset sometimes with that stupid thing, and there's not an easy way to do it, and it was like, I'm just gonna turn this off because it doesn't fucking work. And it's like, and you have two stick control in the game anyway, so it's like, might as well not use that.
Yeah.
Although, can't wait when they make Pokemon Snap Legends, so you actually have to walk around the wilderness and try to take a picture of fucking Pokemon that way. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that just be perfect? The Pokemon Snap Legends. That's the next game. That's the next game in the future. Like 20 years. Like 20 years. Hey guys, you know Pokemon Snap? That was the last game we did, you know, this older game we did, Pokemon Snap Legends.
I don't know how. I'm a little concerned that might be the fucking method they might go with as a result.
I mean, I'm also a little concerned that they're gonna just continue with Pokemon Legends, but whatever. I don't care. I just play RimWorld and watch My Neighbor's Totoro.
So how was RimWorld? Did you have a serial killer doing all your dirty work yet?
Great. You know what? I finished the build and then I immediately played RimWorld.
Nice.
And then I started trying to do builds again, and I immediately started playing RimWorld.
And that's RimWorld.
I literally got nothing done this week. It was great.
That's RimWorld.
It's really good. Everything I hate about myself is in RimWorld. I hate the bureaucracy that is RimWorld.
I do not believe that at all.
Everything I hate about this game I actually love, and it's like so depressing because like I should hate this game. I absolutely should hate this game. I should loathe this game. I should be like, this game doesn't make sense, but I love it. I love it so much. It gives me joy in the world. The only thing I don't like about it is that when I click off of it, it stops time. So I can't just multitask, which is really depressing.
No, that's not that. You really want to fucking... That's a game you micromanage fucking hard.
Yeah, I don't like that. I wish I could just, you know, not.
Oh boy.
I wish I could click off of it and just let it do its thing. But that's me. And it's everything I like about... I love it. I don't know. I just love it. It makes me happy. Makes me a happy boy. I'm playing it right now.
Yeah, I'm...
And Allan thinks I'm addicted.
Yeah, well, no, you are. Oh, okay, actually, no, you're not addicted. You haven't reached 1,000 hours yet in a fucking...
I'm not Ben levels.
You're not... Yeah. You're not...
Have I hit 100 hours yet?
I think you have. I almost guarantee you have.
Shit, if I did, that means I lost the bet. I'm at 18.6.
No, I was like, there's no way you're at fucking... That's why I was like, I have no idea how many you're at.
Okay, good. But, yeah, no. The one thing I wish it add more of was componentry. I wish I didn't have to mine for fucking micro machines. I wish I could just make them.
Oh god, we're making... You're not allowed to play fucking Factorio.
Fuck
off.
off.
You are not allowed to play that game.
What's gonna happen if I play Factorio, Allan?
We're gonna lose you.
You're gonna lose me.
Yeah, you will.
How much is Factorio on Steam?
You will go super deep into that game.
Oh boy, I've seen videos of it, and it does look complicated.
It's $34
Canada.
Canadian. So Josh buys me Factorio. If I guilt somebody else into buying me Factorio,
It's gonna be this fucking video I saw forever ago of how many times everyone in the world's getting addicted to a clicker game, and all you do is just click a button and it tells you a score of how many times you click the button. And the video is just a satire of like playing addictive games. And one, fucking the guy who was like, oh my god, I'm playing the clicker game. I don't know how I'm gonna stop this. He's like, think, how do you stop this? And he's like, finally figured out how to stop playing the clicker game. Cool. Can you pass the crack cocaine? Yep, here you go.
I mean, speaking of crack cocaine, I mean, GameStop is very good. But that's Rimworld. Rimworld is crack cocaine.
No, crack cocaine is
Factorio is heroin.
No.
Is it finely tuned crack cocaine?
Rimworld is pot. It's something you go to do to relax. You can easily just keep going back and doing it. It's not a thing that you have to, when you start doing it, you just want to keep going. Factorio is fucking methamphetamine laced with fucking speed. And I'm not joking about that because holy fuck, I've watched people play Factorio and just sink like, oh, I'm only going to play it for like an hour and a half, and then spend 5 to 6 hours playing that game because they just start doing stuff. And then when they realize how far in, they're like, shit, I need to stop. It's a really funny thing. It's actually like kind of hilarious the way that happens. But the reason why I'm like, yeah, don't play Factorio because you would absolutely disappear into that game, and then we would never see you again, I suspect.
And then we'll hear a story of this one man who did the 50-hour gaming session and died because he was playing Factorio. And then
okay, tell you what, Josh, we'll live stream me playing through Factorio.
No,
and then the devs will have a badge on their awards section saying we killed a person
live on stream.
This game is so good.
Yeah, we have an award just for we killed a guy. The Factorio was on his screen still. Oh, by the way, there's a little tidbit of info I learned from Twitter. Is the aggro crab guys that made Underworld? No, Underworld. It was under that weird like spoofing on the job, like blue collar jobs and stuff like that. The white collar jobs. It was the
underground under job. You have the joblets
going under. That's what it was. And basically the crab, it was aggro crab. Aggro crab. I follow them on Twitter. They're actually like funny, nice people, and they also like tweet out a bunch of other devs and stuff like that, and they're pretty cool. The funny thing about the recent Twitter posting is that they're like, hey, we just did some fishing around in our Steam account and our Steam page of our game, and we realized that you can put anything you want in the award section. I mean, anything. So we made our own award. So what we've been doing is to go around to like devs who ask for the award. They review their game, and they get the official Aggro Crab Awards of seal quality. So it's like if you have a certain type of game that kind of fits within the Aggro Crab, like I guess aesthetic, or like it's kid friendly, or it's like it's just kind of feel good in general, you get the Aggro Crab Award, and it's. It's pretty funny because people are just in slew getting this award, and it's like, this is pretty fucking cool. And also pretty hilarious how it's like, this is not under any scrutiny at all from Steam. This is all your own doing of like, if you have an award, you can put it there, but it's like, you can put whatever the fuck you want because no one's looking at that. So it's like, do whatever. It's pretty funny. Like, it's just a small anecdote of like, this devs are just really making fun of like, we could put whatever we want on this. Fuck yeah. It's so good. Yeah, there's like a bunch of devs that have the logo or the seal of quality now. I just forget how many have it already.
Too many.
But it's like eventually, if we make a game that I would say like if it's cutesy in a way, we could try to get the aggro crab seal of quality on it. I'm like, yeah, we got the seal of quality on it. What's that? The aggro crab. I'm not familiar. Oh, it's very good quality of seal right there. It's just
Josh is going to say that, and then like, I'm just not going to show up to work for the 15 days. And him and the hire that we'll hire to be there just as an assistant and take my shit. Just to be there for when I say something really stupid, just to go like, and Josh thinks it's a good idea, just to be the secondary check to go, maybe putting in a version of hell where you just call basically everyone cunts constantly isn't a very good idea. Just to be somebody like that, because let's be honest, that's really what I need. I just won't show up for 15 days if that happens, and get ready for the inmates to run the asylum, boys. No podcast for 2 weeks. Because who's going to edit it? It's not going to be me. I'm going to be off in like Japan or something like that, smoking loads of cocaine and...
Oh, yeah, sure. Japan, you do that in.
Tons of girls.
Just go to Amsterdam.
I mean...
Yeah, okay, Amsterdam. I'll just be in Amsterdam smoking tons of cocaine and and sleeping with a bunch of girls.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
So... But yeah.
So what else?
Josh played Doom.
Yeah,
and I also played Doom.
No, that's what Jeff said. You played Doom.
Yeah, I played Doom.
Yeah. How was it? How you enjoying it so far, buddy?
It's okay. Although at first I wasn't sure about the gameplay, how it kind of evolved, and it kind of turned into more puzzle shooter than it is shooter.
Yeah.
Which at first I was like, but now I'm kind of getting used to it. I'm like, it's okay, but man, you have a lot of buttons you have to pay attention to.
You're getting into the rhythm, and it's actually one of the reasons why I don't know if I want to go back and play it anymore.
Yeah, because now it's like I have more weapons at my disposal. I just got the super shotgun.
You're on mission 3 then.
Yes. I don't know, I haven't paid attention to the numbers. I've just been paying attention to the items I have in my selection.
Yeah, you're on mission 3.
Yeah.
Because that's the third weapon you've got. No, the third weapon you got was the rocket launcher, right?
That's like the fourth one I have. Because I got the plasma. Then I had the, what was it? Shotgun,
assault, heavy cannon / assault rifle, whatever you want to call it. 1, 2, 3 should be plasma.
Yeah. Then rocket, then super shotgun.
So you have 5 weapons so far.
Yes.
You still have to get the ballista, the chain gun.
Yeah, there's still a slew. Still a slew I haven't got yet.
So you're at 6, 7. What's 8? I know there's an 8th weapon. Fuck, I can't remember right now. I haven't played it in so long. But you still gotta get the BFG and of course the Unmaker, which if you're doing it correctly, you're playing the fucking game and getting all the Slayer gates as you're going through.
As much as I can.
Josh, are you doing that?
I realize that the Unmaker is probably the thing you definitely want, so I've been trying to get that as fast as possible.
Do it better.
Oh, I'm trying. What else? I got to the point where I just got the super shotgun, and to the little dude, or to the fucking dude that's just like the little section of a mini game, basically, of like killing all the demons as the what's it called? To do with the rocket launchers on his shoulder. The
rocket launcher on his shoulder.
Yeah, it's the 2 projectile things on his shoulder, and he doots on the horn.
Oh, the Revenant.
Yeah, the Revenant. I mean, playing around as him, it's like, this is kind of neat. There's a nice little detour, and I bet we don't ever come back to this ever again.
You don't.
Yeah, and I'm like, I kind of felt like, oh, I bet we never come back to this ever again.
You don't.
But it was
it's
nice.
actually kind of upsetting because it's a really cool mechanic.
Yeah, it's like I thought you could be like a bunch of other demons and you could control them, and maybe you can control your own demon army to go up against demons. But it's like, no, that never. I don't think that ever happens. But whatever. But it was like, I found that was neat, and then I got the super shotgun, and yeah, so far the gameplay loop is like, yeah, you have to kind of puzzle your way around the dudes and make them easier to kill. Yep. Which is fine, but then there's so many of them requires a unique way to kill them, and all the weapons.
That's not true.
I mean what was it?
There's an optimal way to kill everything, but you don't necessarily have to do it that way.
True, but if you don't do it, I mean, this is probably my fault, but if you don't do it that way, you fucking eat shit like constantly. And I decided to choose the harder difficulty because I'm like, well, I could pull this off because
I mean, on the harder difficulties, yeah. If you're playing like if you're playing on like the harder difficulties, you have to play optimal.
You have to.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's kind of frustrating because, again, I found out what the gameplay loop was based off, which was a gamer who fucking did Kerrigan Sanctum with no HUD, doing like wicked maneuvers, taking very little hits. And the game devs being like, that's what the game loop we want. And I actually kind of upset the guy who was like, no, that was me pushing the system to its extreme. I didn't want that to be normal. And I do actually think that's like kind of the detriment of fucking Doom as a result. Because you play a loop of all you're like to the point where your punch doesn't do anything anymore.
Yeah, that's the one thing I was like, man, my punch does shit all. Like, even if you punch the dude 20 times, it still does nothing. I'm like, that's not fair.
Unless you have blood punch, which is fucking...
It deletes them off the face of the earth.
And you're like, I wanted to fuck... And on top of that, if you're not in the proper position to trigger the glory kill, the blood punch just deletes everything in front of you, basically.
Yeah.
And it's actually kind of frustrating, where I don't think blood punch is a good mechanic. I think they should just go back to the way the punch was before, where you'd run up to like low-level enemies like zombies, and
you could just kind of get rid of
punch them, put them in a stagger state, so that you could get the glory kill off them. Which is, I think, the better way. Which is, I think, what is the better way to do it, because that way you're not wasting ammo to get it into a state of glory. So you can, like, if you're finishing off an arena and you're really low on health and really low on armor and stuff like that, you have to walk up to a zombie, freeze it, flame belch it, and then find a way to get into a glory kill to get the extra damage out of it, which is really fucking hard, to the point where it's actually kind of annoying. Well, actually, no. What you do is you flame it, you freeze it, you flame it, and then you chainsaw it. That way, you get all three things that you need out of the zombie. Except, I think the game loop is actually broken because of that. But I don't know. People like it.
I love it. I like it.
I would have preferred the loop to be not based on what you hit it with, what ability, because there's oftentimes I was running out of ammo, and I'm trying to chainsaw something, and it turns out like, oh, you only have your chainsaw at level 1. You can only chainsaw small enemies. You can't chainsaw the bigger ones.
Yeah,
and I just end up getting fucked because I'm like, I can't find a smaller guy, and I die.
There's no in between for characters, for like the prowlers, the Cacodemon, all that stuff. They're all three, and imps, gargoyles,
that's
zombies,
my biggest
security.
The biggest gripe.
All one. There is no in between, and I saw it. Like, I actually watched this argument go back and forth on the forums, because getting a chainsaw kill on a fucking revenant or a mandible, whatever it's called, the big fat guy.
Right,
Mancubus, thank you. Oh my god, I couldn't remember that name for a minute. Getting those kills, those chainsaws, provided more ammo for the fuel that you put out, compared to what you get in Eternal. And again, it makes you, and again, the game is pointing you to play optimally, which in Doom 2016 it wasn't forcing you to do that. It was saying play the way you want to play, but you have to do good. That's all it was.
Yeah.
And like you could do something sloppy, be like, well, I'm going to waste more fuel to get to kill the Mancubus, but the chainsaw is an insta kill, so that's actually a good use of resources there. Whereas with Doom Eternal, it costs you 3 fuel to kill a Mancubus, sure, which is cheaper than I think the 4 or 5 it used to cost in Doom 2016, but you're not getting as much ammo.
Nope.
It isn't worth the time because you'd rather use the 3 charge to kill 3 smaller zombies to get more ammo. And it's a really bad trade-off to the point where chainsawing anything bigger than imps, zombies, security guards, shield security guard, gargoyles. I think you could technically chainsaw pinheads or cue balls, but I don't think you should. I think there's one other enemy.
Oh, actually, I just went up to that scenario about the cue balls, and I was running around trying to find ammo. I was trying to chase on one. Didn't work.
It doesn't? Okay.
It doesn't fucking work. I was pissed off.
I think you have 5 enemies you can chainsaw out of a roster of I think 25.
Yeah,
a fifth of the.
I felt
and it's actually kind of frustrating because like there are some points in some fights where only zombies spawn to just give you ammo, but because of the way zombies move, you won't notice them when you're fighting like a group of revenants or one of the bosses in the game, the Doom Hunter, or when you're fighting the Marauder. Like it just spawns small enemies to help you give you ammo so you can deal with it. But I think that's actually bad gameplay flow because if you have to spawn an enemy in the room to give your player more ammo to fight the thing that he's fighting, then you've designed your game wrong, I think. Because
I really thought that the game was going to do was kind of more traditional, whether it was the first place, which is like it deletes the bad problem you don't want to deal with, but there's still other problems to deal with. So now it's like, oh, it's resource bases. They turn it into a fucking resource management first-person shooter, and that's not the first-person shooter I want to play. Although I'm having a cool time with it, so I'll probably continue with it.
It's an enjoyable game, and it is a good installment for the Doom series. And I think that's the reason why I've kind of like fallen off the Doom Eternal bandwagon, where I think Doom 2016 is way better. I think if Doom 2016 had the dashes and the double jump from like early on in the game, like Doom Eternal does, I think that game would have been better. I think I like the Unmaker. I like the idea of having an alternate super weapon. I'm not exactly a fan of the way that they do it in Doom Eternal because the Unmaker and the BFG are on the same keystroke. And I hate that because there are some situations where I don't want the BFG. The BFG isn't worth the money. Like, the BFG is actually kind of useless in this game because it doesn't. Yes,
no.
Because the Unmaker is definitely better.
No, the Unmaker. Okay,
no,
so here's the thing.
Unmaker is
their Unmaker's
way better.
No, let me finish. Okay, the Unmaker is really good in a corridor where you do not have a lot of range. The BFG is just you fired once, you take out all of the enemies in an area, and
you
then
don't
you move
anymore.
on.
No,
yes.
I've actually started to look into this. The BFG is on screen, whatever's in front, whatever direction you shoot. So it's a small code in front of you that it takes out. It doesn't actually like.
But it's a longer range.
It's
Allan.
just like it's not that big, Jeff. Like the BFG, and on top, I remember. I'm also taking in ammo consumption to this my thing as well. The BFG to fire costs 30 fuel to fire one shot. An Unmaker in an open arena where even if you're getting swarmed, you pull up the Unmaker, you're gonna deck the arena because it takes 2 laser hits to kill medium enemies. It takes 3 to kill large enemies. Think about that for a second. 3 shots. And a Baron of Hell is dead. And and for just so you know, 3 shots, Baron of Hell for I think it's 9 munition. Like the trade-off is
But you have to be closer to the Baron of Hell.
No,
Yes.
you don't. Because the Unmaker actually has an extendable range. The thing is the tight spread is what the problem is. But even so, I'm just mean 3 laser bolts are enough to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
So the Unmaker is just a better choice overall. To the point,
I just found like the Unmaker, like I found a lot more utility in the BFG than the Unmaker. I found the Unmaker a lot better in like smaller areas where it was
a lot more controlled.
The problem with the BFG, and it's actually a problem with the way that the ammunition for the BFG and the Unmaker are designed. The BFG...
Yes, this should be 2 separate ammunition.
No, I wouldn't actually care. I think that, well, yes, they should be. The BFG should be BFG ammo, and the Unmaker should be Unmaker ammo, which is something that is rare drop from enemies and stuff like that. I wouldn't mind that. But the problem is that the BFG's 30 charge per shot, which is what it used to be back in Doom 1 and 2, because that's what it cost to fire the BFG back in Doom. But back in Doom, you could carry 10, 20 shots of BFG ammo alone.
Yeah.
In this game, you can carry a max of 3 shots.
Yep.
And I hate that, because in 2016 it was you can carry a max of 3 shots, but it is just 3 shots of BFG ammo. That's how much you can pick up. It wasn't like, oh, you have 90 power cell BFG ammo. It was. It's the reason why it's a really misleading thing. Instead of doing what they did in 2016, which actually I think is the better system, which is just you picked up BFG ammo, you have another shot. You picked up another BFG, you have 2 shots. You have BFG, you've now got 3. There's a 4th one over there. You can't pick that up until you fire one of those ones. So it's a little less resource management rather than because it's tied to 2 weapons tied to the same ammo, which they're like, well, we do it with the plasma and the rail, or the ballista, or the super shotgun and the shotgun, or the assault rifle and the chain cannon. Rocket launcher is the only thing that gets the rocket launcher ammo. I'm sorry, boys, we don't have a missile pod yet. But the reason why those work, or well, they did work before they switched the system over, is that you used to have a well of ammo. If you were like, I need the chain gun now, you swapped the chain gun, you pulled it out, you cleared the deck.
So, Josh, what Allan is saying is just keep playing and waiting until you get to the Crucible and then make a judgment call.
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I explored around the Crucible like when you first start exploring around there. I noticed a bunch of stuff around there, and I also noticed the stupid Unmaker. So it's like, well, it seems like I should save up.
No, that's the base of Doom. We're talking about the Crucible.
You're thinking of the Fortress. You're talking about the Fortress 2. The Crucible is a weapon in the game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Crucible is the chainsaw replacement.
No.
Except it doesn't give you. It doesn't give you
anything.
Ammo. No, it just is an
It's just an skill that doesn't have a lot of.
Great.
I love the animation for it. I hate that you get it so late in the game, and you get it for 3 levels. Yeah. You don't get it in Forgotten Gods.
Nope, you don't. You don't deserve it.
What?
You don't deserve it for more than 3 levels.
That's a bad thing. Like you hype this weapon up all game. We saw it we see what the Marauders version looks like. We see it on the Sentinels. We see what the kind of weapon it is, and then it's hyped up from I think mission 6 onwards, when I think in mission 7 or 8 you get it. And it's so cool. It's a fun weapon. I pull out, I chop a guy down, and you can only carry, again, 3 shots of it on your person at any given time. And you're going to use it for exclusively the big demons, because fuck those assholes.
Pretty much.
I actually never used it on a Doom Hunter. I never got to see what a Doom Hunter kill with it was like.
Oh, God.
I used it on my 3 priorities for that weapon were
Tyrants, Barons of Hell and
weren't
Doom
on that
Hunters.
list. Mine were, of course, the Barons of Hell, not Barons of Hell, Tyrants, Archviles, and fuck, what was the third one? No, the third one was Cybermancubus.
So, Josh, we're just going to end this conversation right here by saying this Doom Eternal talk by saying you should play more Doom Eternal.
Probably. Oh,
yeah.
Whenever I got free time.
Can you tell that Allan is very passionate, and I'm just like, it's a fun game. And it's my favorite video game.
It's not that I'm not passionate. It's that I want the game to be good.
But it is good. It is good.
No, here's the thing. Me and Allan are a fan of 2016. We're not necessarily a fan of the new stuff that's going on with this game.
Yes. You guys are like, whereas like I'm like Doom 2016 is a great game, and then I'm like Eternal just blows it out of the water and it makes me come pants. And you guys are like, but you're wrong.
Yeah, we're presenting
wrong.
And we're presenting arguments of why it's bad, why the gameplay isn't better than Doom 2016. It's
exactly.
And it's the reason why I keep saying I want the game to be good. It's not a bad game. It's a decent, well-made game, but it could be better. The problem is, I don't
want to be rubbing my head and patting my belly as I'm shooting people.
I actually hate the gameplay loop the more I think about it, and it's kind of frustrating because now that I understand like where my grievances are and stuff like that, I figured out where I sit. I now know which things I need to go after, which is the ammo, the gameplay loop, and the
See, we've had this conversation like 5,000 times, and I think every single time, like, we just disagree.
We've had it exactly 3 times, and the first time, me and you were both going, "Yes, it's a great Doom game." For me, it took me about I think 6 months. It was right after.
I think it was right after Ancient Gods came out, and you were just like, "No, it's." And I was like, I like it. It's fun. I play through Ancient Gods. It's still fun. I'm having fun. And you were like, well, the ammo's bad.
Well, no.
And I was like, okay.
I'm providing arguments. It's not just the ammo's bad. The ammo's collection system doesn't make sense. The limited ammo doesn't make sense because it's all towards a single gameplay loop that comes off this. And this is the reason why. My argument is it came from this. Therefore, it came from this kind of idea, and then the structure came into this, which made this gameplay loop, which makes limited ammo very bad because now you can't. Now you're going to stick with 3 weapons ultimately. Well, 4 because rocket launcher, but rocket launcher kind of like falls off in the late game at times. But the thing is,
I mean, the rocket launcher you just get lock on and you just use it as the power killer.
Remember, you can carry I think a total of 28 shotgun shells in game. That's 16 shots. Oh, no, it's not 16 shots. Oh my god, that's it's 16 shots.
That's 12 shots on the super shotgun. And...
No, it's 14 shots. Sorry. It's 14 shots on the super shotgun. It's 6 shots it's 10 shots with the grenade launcher, and it's of course 28 with the it's 3 shots per grenade. I don't remember the number. I have to remember that math. And you start to sit down and you go, well, you only pull out the shotgun to pull out the sticky grenade launcher to fucking pop cacodemons. You don't pull it out for anything else. Or well, you Spidertrons as well. The cannon, the mini rocket launcher is kind of useless because the rocket launcher is just better until you get it fully upgraded, in which case then you can actually run around, but you have such limited ammo that you can do it essentially for maybe 6 to 10 seconds if you're lucky, if you have full ammo, and then you're out of ammo, which now means you're out of chain gun ammo, which is a really good option. And the gameplay loop is built to constant motion and constant action and
I love it.
Resource management. And it really is not Doom.
You know, the only way it would be better is if it was Titanfall.
No. Fuck no.
I got to play more Titanfall.
No, and that,
I'm like,
the only way that this game would have been better is if I could drop a giant mech from the sky.
We all thought we were going to get that for fucking Ancient Gods.
Oh,
we all thought we were going to get that fucking giant mech fight. We were all hyped when we saw that thing when we went down the fucking elevator. Have you seen that, Josh? The giant when you go down the elevator on the Fortress of Doom, where there's this Night Sentinel Titan in front of you. You're like, hey, I want to pilot that. I'm gonna spoil this to you now. You never get in that thing. You get it.
It's an Ancient Gods Part 2, motherfucker.
No, it isn't.
Oh God.
We know it isn't. If they put that in,
I was gonna say if this game freaking did a Revenant, body switch once, I wouldn't be surprised if the game's like, show you the fucking cool mech in your base and not do jack shit with it.
Pretty much.
But yeah, anyways, I've rambled on about this now. Fucking.
So My Neighbor Totoro.
You watched that.
I saw that movie.
I did. I've never seen My Neighbor Totoro, ever. I've only ever watched maybe 10 minutes of a Studio Ghibli film.
I've watched like any of them or just that one?
Any of them.
If there's like a top 3 that I would say you have to watch, I would say Spirited Away. My Neighbor Totoro is a good like second, third.
Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, Princess Mononoke. There's also the bunch of the lower ones, but I say they're still entertaining because it's fucking Studio Ghibli just knows how to make it look so good that you're like, even though it's kind of bad story wise, you can still look at it and be like, oh, that's good eye candy right there. There's like Castle, like what's it?
Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah, Howl's Moving Castle. Actually, I want to do a game based on that stupid door idea he has in his castle. But anyway, there's what was the other one? Princess Mononoke is the it's the wolf. She was raised by a pack of wolves, right? That's the one.
I think she's the princess of the forest.
Yeah, something like that. And there was another one I watched. I have to look at my DVD selection on my wall, but
the cat one, which is The
Cat Returns.
The Cat Returns.
I'm looking at my DVD.
And there's
look at my DVD wall.
I have that one. That one's a really good one. I gotta actually look up.
There's Whispers of the Heart. I would say that's a cute movie, but it's not a very. I would say it's definitely slow. Definitely a slow movie. And there's the Tales of Earth and was it Earth and Sky or Earth and Sea?
There's Spirited Away.
I haven't watched.
The one that I liked that I really really enjoyed is.
So anyways, I watched Spirited Away.
Porco Rosso's real good. Watch that one.
What?
Porco Rosso.
Porco Rosso is actually based off of like a real thing that happened too.
Really?
It's based off the pilot who helped develop the Zero. It's that kind of concept as the baseline for that.
That's what it was. Okay.
I gotta find the one that I'm thinking of.
I like Porco Rosso because at the end of the movie, it just ends up with a fist fight, and you go, "Was this a plane battle?" Yeah, but it's a fist fight now. I love that. It was like they run out of ammo to kill each other with. They're like, well, I guess they land and start punching
each other now with our planes.
In like waist height water, which is pretty
Nazca
polar.
of the Wind Valley is another really good one. I think
I think I have all the decent ones. Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle. I think that one.
Oh, The Cat Returns.
What's that one?
So, anyways, I watched My Neighbor Totoro.
Yeah. How was it?
If I say you know what? It's a feel-good movie. I would watch it with my nephew. I would not watch it by myself. I would watch it with friends. I felt as if it was a very good anime movie, but I can see why everyone loves it. I think it's definitely an 8 out of 10 in terms of style. It's a very stylistically appealing movie. That being said, I would definitely not say is it, and it's definitely a classic, and it shows its age, but I wouldn't say it's like the greatest anime movie of all time.
No, I like My Neighbor Totoro as well, but I think my problem with My Neighbor Totoro is primarily It's just kind of like it's kind of more like a
Nothing happens in it.
Stuff happens.
Yeah, stuff happens, but again, it's it's slow. It's a
methodical film. It's
a burn. It's like watching a candle
and that's good.
burn.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
And
I think that's actually the strong suit for the movie itself.
Yeah, because I mean, it's again,
but it's a movie that you watch with your nephews. And
it's slice
nieces,
of
and you feel good.
I would say it's a slice of life. I would say if you want a little
and
more,
my life's shit right now.
If you want a little more entertainment, Spirited Away probably a little more because it's just more like jumping into the fantasy realm a lot more of like girl loses parents and trying to get parents back, but she has to work at a spa for spirits. And so she's trying to like figure out how to get them she got their parents to change her parents changed to pigs, and she's like, what the fuck? And the witch lady who owns the spa is like, well, work here and maybe they'll change back, I don't know. And then she's like, well, fuck, I guess I work here now. And she's just trying to like figure out a way to unchange her parents from pigs to humans again, and just a whole bunch of fucking shit goes on in that movie. But yeah, like that's basically the plot, and like it's I would say if you wanted more adventure, I would say look at that movie because that's definitely a lot more, fantasy adventure stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's the next one you should watch.
Spirited Away.
Yes. And then maybe Porco Rosso.
Hold on, I got it. How about I watch instead the Street Fighter movie?
Which one?
The animated one.
Oh, the one with Chun-Li showing her cha-chas and boob-boobs?
Yes.
Maybe.
We could also talk about how Sakura in Red Bull, how Sakura is very disappointing to not be in Street Fighter V, but that's beside the point.
Street Fighter V. Oh, like the game?
Yes.
Well, I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna streamline it into fucking Ryu and Chun-Li and fucking Fortnite now.
Yeah. Why don't I, instead of watching good anime movies that are considered classics, I watch absolute trash?
I mean, sure.
I mean, I could just commit a sin and just admit right now on the show that I have never seen Akira, and I've only ever watched clips of Ghost in the Shell.
Akira and Ghost in the Shell are pretty good movies, actually.
I would say, Akira is fine.
I'd say it's really good.
But
there's really good. It's just,
I mean, there's still a lot of depth that you're not getting because there's a fucking like a manga that goes with it.
There's like they completely cut out part of the chapters.
Pretty much.
That's the thing with movies that are based off mangas, they cut out stuff. But like it's a good.
Let's check if Akira's on Amazon Prime.
Good deep anime. Same with Ghost in the Shell. That's another really good series. Both versions of the series too.
Yep.
Because there's 2 series of that.
Don't watch the new one. Don't watch the new Ghost in the Shell.
The Ghost in the Shell movie was okay. It tried to do the 2 series bound together in one, which is the problem it made the mistake of. But
I thought it was.
Nope, it wasn't the original plot for Ghost in the Shell.
I thought it was just a bad movie.
It's an okay movie. It's not bad.
I think that they completely miscast Major.
Oh my god. Fuck off. No, stop.
Because people were telling me that they're wrong, and she's supposed to be an Asian lady.
Until you actually look at all the fucking things and you're like, oh.
And then I look at the actual movie and I'm just like, isn't she a cyborg? Oh, wait, she's a cyborg, so it doesn't really matter. Nobody should give a shit.
For that, and what's the other thing? The animation, the 3D animation in that was a little, it just kind of looked like you were watching that, was it Day Walk Out or Walking to the Work, or that video of, like this CG dude walking in weird ways because the animator was like, whatever, fuck it. And he was just making him walk in just like fucking horrifying ways and comedic ways, and getting to stairs. He can't do the stairs. He's just jiggling there and like fucking, like glitching out. Like the animation quality and like Ghost in the Shell stuff just looked very similar to that. Everyone was just kind of pointing out like this looks bad. Like even like let's say if you, I mean, in Ghost in the Shell they meant to have like no private parts or anything. That's fine. But the thing is, it just does like the 3D style they chose just didn't make it look that good at all. So it was just like, just not. If anything, it just doesn't like. If they had want more cell shading, or just want more, looks like it was drawn, then it could have saved it a little. But it's just what they went with. It was just very like seemed to be easy pump out and dump.
Yeah.
Pump and dump.
Yeah.
Like the game stunk.
What is that at now?
I think it's at 150
$100. I mean, we are definitely, instead of our normal outro this week, we are definitely doing.
It's at $100 right now.
We're definitely going to get a content ID strike, by playing a certain song, which talks about the game stonks.
Oh boy.
There once was a stock.
How about you play the controversy?
The Tendy
Yeah,
Man.
the shanty. Yeah, the sea shanty.
Oh
Yeah, this one.
How about you could play the song "It's Country" about horse cocks.
I mean, fuck that. But also, brave is a new word for racist. So if you're brave, if you say I'm brave and powerful, you're racist.
Yeah, we're not gonna. No,
According
we're
to white
stopping.
women.
I think we're done for the night. I want to.
Horse
We
cocks.
are done for the night, but I just want to say my joke of King of the Racists.
Okay.
Go Gaga, King of the Racists.
Anyways, thank you for listening to the Black Mind podcast. You can listen to us on all the podcast servers.
Thank you for listening to the Black Mind Games podcast, episode 288. Don't listen to Allan. He's a great person, unlike me.
I'm tired.
Don't listen to me.
I want to fucking finish this recording and go to bed.
Yep.
Yeah, you can do that. You can listen to us every Thursday on blackmindgames.podbean.com. You can subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting app of choice. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Josh, and thank you, Allan, for recording. Have a good night. Bye.
Welcome to the Black Mind Podcast.
There once was a stock that put to sea. The name of the stock was GME. The price blew up and the shorts dipped down. Hold my bully boys, hold. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when Ryan Cohen joined the board. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take his shares and hold. Soon may the Tendy Man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. Soon may the Tendy Man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. Before the news had hit the market, Wall Street bets came up and bought it. With time in hands, they knew they'd profit if they could only hold. No deals were cut, no shorts were squeezed. The captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the artist creed. He took the risk to hold. Soon may the Tendy Man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. Soon may the Tendy Man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. For 40 days or even more, the stock went up, then down once more. All gains were lost, it was looking poor, but still those traders did hold. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the short's not squeezed, and the gain's not won. The Tendy Man makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew, and all. Soon may the Tendy Man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. Soon may the Tendy Man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go.
recording.
I'm already recording.
Because like I find this fucking hilarious because it's like I recall a conversation I had with a certain individual who will remain nameless, but me and Josh, well, Josh is friends with, and I'm currently in a questionable state of relationship with him. Sat there and basically said to me that Donald Trump was terrible and everything that he does is terrible. So clearly Biden doing this is a great thing, and just starting war is an amazing accomplishment. You know, just getting right down, because everything that the Orange Man did was bad, right? You know, it's funny because like you can tell the people with the spine who are going, "Oh fuck, I just voted for this." Right? So, and it's even more funny because it's like I don't want to sound condescending when I say this, but it's like the people who are going like, "Oh my god, this is horrible, this is terrible." It's like, why did you vote for this? Why did you vote for this? You knew what you were getting. It was a known quantity. You just had to look at the lies. But it's okay. I guess the Middle East can't have bombs being dropped on them at least once every presidency. I guess that's wrong. Anyways, Josh has no opinion on this. He's probably sitting there shaking his head. Or in tears.
Both. And also I just watched I'm watching Reddit videos right now.
You're aware of what happened, though, right?
No.
Okay, so Joe Biden. No. This is important, Josh. You have to understand this is important. Okay? Joe Biden is bombing Syria again. Okay. Do you care?
Oh, look at this beagle. So adorable.
Josh, you have to engage in the world.
I don't want to.
I know you don't
so
want to.
So I got the super shotgun on Doom.
Oh, okay.
We haven't even started the video. Like, I don't know why you started.
He's already trying to divert the show from politics.
Okay, I was listening to you rant, and I was like, you wanted to save this for the show. Why are you talking about it now? I was just like, oh, this just might be a preamble. No, apparently it was the full ramble. Oh.
Okay, well, let's sync and then we can go in.
You lost it. You have to put that at the end of the show. That goes at the end of the show now. Because
bullshit.
Because you don't get that little rant twice.
Oh, there's a lot more where that comes from.
Cool. You don't get it now.
You lost that privilege. I get 3 minutes of ranting about Joe Biden bombing the shit out of Syrians, and Allan's like, nope, you're done. You don't rant anymore. No ranting.
It's because you sat there and started the rant pre-show, and I thought it was just preamble, and then you started leading to another topic. So no, you've lost that privilege now.
Sync in 3, 2, 1.